All right. So, Keith, welcome to Jorie AI's booth and our podcast. So, thanks for joining us. Could you tell us a little bit about you and how you founded the company?
Yeah, sure. So my name's Keith Heimbold, and in 2020, me and my co-founder started Maxana. Maxana is actually named after my two kids.
Oh, right on.
Max and Anastasia. So I kind of slammed our names together, and we've had the company running and doing very, very well over the past couple of years. And we're primarily focused in the payments industry in terms of optimization of payment platforms.
Okay.
To maximize authentication rates, decrease fraud. And so our normal engagement starts like a consulting project. We go in and then we basically do a doctor-patient. We take a look at all their metrics, where are their issues coming from, their decline codes. And then we run a program where we can actually optimize. We recommend fintech partners. We have an orchestration layer partner that we white label.
Yeah.
Called Gravy, excellent company. So basically, you can direct payments to the payment processor that you have the most likelihood of getting underwritten, and then it also optimizes for payment authorization rates and decreased fraud and those kind of things. So it's a really smart engine. I wouldn't call it exactly AI-based, but it has business rules. It's a really cool platform that we partner with, and then on the front end, we do federated onboarding. So a merchant can come to us and say, we want to get processing in this MCC code.
Right.
And our platform, the onboarding platform, will actually direct them to the processor that will give them the highest probability of being underwritten and provide the highest auth rates.
So, I mean, that's all super exciting. And obviously, you're pretty passionate about it. How did you choose this market?
Oh, I formerly worked at Intuit and PayPal. So I was the director of platform technologies at PayPal.
Right on.
So it was a natural.
You knew there was an opportunity here, right? That was kind of an underserved market.
Yeah, and one of the things that our major philosophy is giving power back to the merchants or the healthcare companies, so they have more choices. They don't feel like they're led by the nose by the processors,
right?
Because processors generally have all the power in that relationship. So if you abstract away from a single processor, you have much more control over your destiny in terms of payments and optimization of your payments, including transaction costs. To optimize on costs as well.
Yeah, because otherwise you feel like you're held kind of hostage to one payer, right, or one processor, and you don't have a choice. And most people wouldn't know even what to do with the choice, right?
Right. So the abstraction away, being locked into a single processor, is very powerful for merchants, and that's what our platform does. Yeah. And that's what we recommend is, all these processors that I'm even talking about are partners of ours.
Right. That's
so, I mean, there's like kind of a balancing act you have to do with them because, obviously we have our favorites, but we want to make sure that the customer is well served, and we take more of an agnostic approach in terms of which processor we're going to utilize for that particular client.
Well, so tell me where you think the telehealth market in particular is going over the next, if you could look in your crystal ball, what's going to happen with it in the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, I see some bumpy roads ahead for some telehealth medicine companies, and telemed in particular with new regulations, regulatory. There's a ton of lawsuits, especially in like the GLP-1 space. So some of these telehealth companies are facing some headwinds. Yeah. And then the other thing that's happening is the cost of medicine is going down. So the profitability in some of these markets is also being impacted. Sure. So companies have to be smarter about how they utilize technology. I think a smarter approach, moving away and abstraction and simplification of platforms is going to be really important for these type of companies.
But do you think that when it settles out, there's a viable market there going forward?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, that's the way people want to be be healthkare these days. It has to be part of their portfolio.
Yes.
I mean, I meet with my doctor over the phone, through a visual Zoom basically. Yeah. And it's a really powerful way of getting healthcare without having to go into the doctor's office and disrupt your day. Yeah. So I don't think it's going anywhere. And I think telemedicine is just going to need to refine its model a little bit in terms of how it serves customers.
Well, but one of the vital steps, it sounds like you're offering for them. I mean, it's a vital need for them to be financially viable going forward, right? So you're giving them one piece of a very important piece of the puzzle, it sounds like.
Yeah, so we go in, our initial engagement is usually a free payments audit. So we take a look at basically all their numbers, where we think they're going wrong and come up with recommendations like an audit plan. We do that complimentary to many clients. with
Sure.
the hope that it'll evolve into some kind of relationship,
Yep.
like business relationship. But many times they just take the advice we give them and they figure out how to fix it themselves.
Right.
So we
I like
offer, good service, and they benefit from it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like Jorie and Maxana could really partner and even take this, to a much bigger market. For, like I was saying, we've got a ton of telehealth clients who are always looking for all the kinds of solutions to help them, and it sounds like you guys can offer a really great solution.
Yeah, I'd love to learn more about your platform, and we
Yep.
can talk more about how we can go to market together.
Sounds great. Well, thank you for joining our
Thank you.
podcast today.
Thanks.
All right.